want to come get it, you can get anything. Here. I can't believe it's both of those big ones.
I can't either. It's crazy.
Watch out.
You gonna get in the car after you?
Roadkill. Roadkill. This is so cool. They've never done this. I don't know what those things are. Gosh, those bucks are huge.
Yes, they are.
It's some good meat though. They gave us a bunch of it when we first got here. They're going behind the trailer because they know that's where the corn is. But I don't know what these things are. That's some. Are those babies or are they white fox?
I don't know.
Those must be their babies.
I guess so.
They look like a coyote.
Yeah, when they start, they look like they walk like a dog, kind of in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the baby one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are their babies. Those aren't the white fox though. These guys. See, and I don't know what these guys are, but they're so pretty.
Those right there.
Yeah.
That's the other kind I was talking about with the real straight orange.
I can't remember what they're. Look at those up there.
But you'd see an
Oh wow. Yeah. It's like being on a safari.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. This is the best that it's been since we've been out here.
Really, there's that much filet in that? That's crazy.
Oh, you're gonna eat it? Okay. You like it?
Yeah, they're eating it. All right. Now we're at the right spot. Now there's a bunch of crap. So, I'm part of there. So there was a lot of stuff going on last time. Well, again, just another quick video on lightweight PLA and whatnot. Okay. Move stuff around here. Okay, so a couple things real quick. So we're building these RC planes, right, and they have to be a certain weight. So we got a digital scale to be able to weigh the lightweight PLA, and I'll show you this in a second. So the lightweight PLA, the wall, I think we went through this before, the wall thickness needs to be a certain size. Okay, so we did pick up a micrometer that we can test the wall thickness of any of this. Let's see here. Let's just pick a single wall. So we're printing basically a single wall, and we just want to know that the wall thickness is thick enough, right? It can be undersized, it can be oversized. If it's oversized, you're going to add weight. So we want to match a certain weight versus the wall size. Okay, so this is the nose of the plane from Plane Print. It is this is the Epsilon Eclipson 3 Eclipson Model B. Okay, so wall size, right? And I think on the settings on Cura we had set for 0.58, right? And I don't know if that shows up in there, but we're right now we're 0.60. Let's see if it shows up in there. So we're 0.60, and I think I had to look at the prints for this, but I thought it was supposed to weigh right at 180 grams. I thought that's what we had, right? So 180 grams, and we got 185 grams. So we're matching our standards on this. It was pretty important for us to get a micrometer so we can test the wall size. Because when you're printing a single wall, you want to make sure you're not too thick, not under thick, over thick. Make sure you meet your weight requirements for CG and all that stuff. So now I will say that I wish I would have bought a micrometer with up to 1,000s. We only went 200s on this one. It was a cheap one. It was $22 off Amazon, but it does its job. I don't think, honestly, we're not building a precision instrument here. So hundreds, going down to hundreds is fine. So if I check this a couple different ways, we are 0.58 on the wall, right? So I think we're good on the prints and we meet the weight requirements. Now, what I am having a problem with is converting a new printer over to lightweight PLA. Let's think about the materials that I've printed now. I've printed ABS. I have printed. Move this thing back a little bit. Okay, so I have printed ABS. I have printed PLA, PLA Plus, PLA Lightweight, PLA Lightweight Plus, Silk PLA, PETG, PETG Plus. There are differences between all of them. I will say that. There are major differences in between flow rates. I'm not going to get into all that stuff, but there are major differences in between all the different materials. A lot of people say if you print PETG and you print ABS, you need a hood. This calibration cube right here was printed in PETG. It's a 20 millimeter calibration cube, and it's exactly 20 millimeters. Now, it's 100% infill, right? It's 100% infill. Well, okay, it's not exactly 20 millimeters. Actually, it is on one axis, which you can fix. But what I will say is this one is consistent. So this is the PETG. What I found out the most consistent material out of all of them is just the regular PLA. I mean, this thing printed out calibration cube, and it's like legit straight on 20 on every axis, right? So if you go Z-axis, 20.2, right? All that stuff. So with the Y-axis, 20.4. So pretty legit. Now, yeah, the ABS is not exactly. It's about a 1/10 off. It's a 1/10 off on the Z. It's a 1/10 off on the X. It's about a 1/10 off on every axis there is. Let's check the Y. It's about a 1/10 off on that too. So we can adjust that. It's expansion rate. So if we're a 1/10 off, but we're consistent on all three axes, even on a different material. So that's pretty cool. That was a very helpful tool to get. So we'll wrap this up pretty quickly. What we're really struggling with here is getting this printer set up to do lightweight PLA. So this printer over here has been doing lightweight PLA for a little while. I had no problem with that. With this one over here. So what we did is we put a plain print test print out there, and we're going to cycle in. I'll show you a couple little things just real quick if I can get the camera on it. All right, let's see if we get the camera on it. I'll scroll in a little bit. Let's scroll a little bit more. So we get it up there. All right. And I hope the camera will show this. You might not be able to see it. Make it a little bit more. Let me raise it up a little bit. All right. Right there. Okay. So in the beginning, it's beginning to warp a little bit. Yeah, it's beginning to warp a little bit. Okay, so we turn the fan up a little bit. Actually, turn it down a little bit. Let's go down to 25. I'm trying to get a preset for this. So I don't know if you can see on the camera. I don't know if it translates too much. Let's go back to the other camera. Let's scroll in a little bit. And maybe we can pick it up. Maybe we can pick it up. You know what? We can probably really pick it up right here when it comes back around. Actually, let's go around this way. And you can see this area right here. Let's move all this. And let's take this camera right here. And you're going to see this area right here in the front that's void of any material whatsoever, right? And you'll see it on the other side as well. If I get in there real close, it's void, okay? So what I did is I turned the temperature up and turned the print speed down. Now I could have done the other thing. I could have turned the flow rate up and kept the speed up, which I probably will do to finish these prints a little bit. But camera off. Go back to my little deal here. All right. So hopefully we can get this printer set up and profile. So we've got two printers. We need a Cura profile for both of these printers. And we need material profile for both these printers. And we also need profiles for the material, the printer, and the people that it came from. Because it makes a difference, right? So this is the free one, and it worked a certain way. It was printed off over here. That one is not going to work the same way. And it's a totally different material from a totally different manufacturer, right? So anyway, so we're going to end this one tonight saying that, yes, we are working for, and I'll show you why we're working for this. We're going to have to build, because we suck at flying, we're going to have to build at least 4 of these planes to even probably try to get off the ground. We're probably going to crash all of them. But this stuff is so cheap. It's just my time. But my time, what else am I going to do? Sit around and watch TV? So, yeah, we're building planes, and we're going to crash them. We'll learn how to fly a little bit. And, yeah, we'll just rock and roll. So, we're going to shut this one down. We'll update you guys on when this printer gets going. This printer's fine over here. And yeah, when we get both of them going, we'll be able to print 2 planes. Basically, my goal was to print 2 planes at one time. However, I think what we'll ultimately end up doing is probably getting another printer and printing PLA on one printer and then lightweight PLA in the other one for now. So anyway, we're going to get out of here. Peace.